The void was quiet. Too quiet. At the edge of the galaxy, an alien fleet drifted in perfect formation. Massive ships, cold and sharp, floated like metal predators in deep space. Their lights were dim. Their engines were calm. Nothing moved except the slow spin of distant stars. This system was supposed to be empty. That was the report. No life. No stations. No defense grid. No response signals. Just space. The alien commander stood on the bridge of the flagship. His many eyes watched the black screen in front of him. It showed nothing but darkness. "Confirm the scan," he ordered. The sensor officer moved his claws across the console. Numbers rolled past his screen. Energy levels. Gravitational readings. Radiation traces. "All scans are clear," the officer said. "No ships. No structures. No life signs." A low sound of satisfaction moved through the bridge. "This sector was once claimed," another officer said. "But it has been silent for centuries." The commander leaned forward. Silence did not worry him. Silence meant fear. Fear meant weakness. "No one comes here anymore," he said calmly. "They know better." Outside the ship, the void remained still. Black. Endless. Empty. Or so it seemed. The fleet moved deeper into the system. Large carriers followed behind the warships. Planet-breaking weapons slept in their bays, waiting for orders. This was not a battle fleet. This was a claiming force. They had come to take what was left behind. As the ships advanced, something strange happened. A single sensor blinked. The sensor officer paused. "Commander," he said slowly. "I'm seeing a small distortion." The commander did not turn. "Explain." "It's nothing solid," the officer replied. "Just a ripple. Like space itself moved." The commander finally looked at the screen. The distortion was gone. "Interference?" he asked. "Most likely," the officer said. "This region has old gravity scars." The commander nodded. Old systems always had strange echoes. Dead things left marks. "Continue," he ordered. The fleet moved on. Minutes passed. Then more. The silence pressed harder. Even the background noise of space felt wrong. Too clean. Too empty. Another sensor blinked. This time, two officers noticed. "Energy fluctuation," one said. "Location?" the commander asked. The officer pointed. "Dead center of the void." The screen zoomed in. Nothing appeared. No ship. No light. No object. Just darkness. The commander felt a small spark of irritation. "Run a deep scan," he said. The ship's systems pushed harder. Energy waves spread out, searching for anything hiding in the dark. The result came back empty. "There is nothing there," the officer said. The commander straightened. "Good." He turned away from the screen. That was the mistake. Behind the fleet, the void changed. Not in a loud way. Not in a violent way. Space bent. A thin line of darkness twisted, like a shadow folding into itself. It was small. Easy to miss. No alarm sounded. No warnings appeared. The alien sensors did not understand what they were seeing. The distortion vanished. Then it returned. Closer. "Commander," one officer whispered. The bridge grew quiet. All eyes turned to the main display. The void was no longer still. Something was there. Not a ship. Not a structure. A presence. The commander stepped forward. His voice was sharp. "Identify it." The sensors struggled. Numbers jumped. Systems reset. We can't lock on, the officer said. It's not matching any known form of travel. The commander's jaw tightened. Is it a weapon? No, the officer said. There's no energy spike. Then what is it? No one answered. The void rippled again. This time, it stayed. A signal appeared. A single point of light blinked on the screen. The bridge froze. This signal is old, the communications officer said. Very old. Translate it, the commander ordered. The officer worked quickly. Symbols appeared. Then stopped. I can't, he said. The language doesn't match any database. The light blinked again. Once. Then twice. The commander felt something he had not felt in many cycles. Uncertainty. The fleet weapons powered up automatically. Not by order, but by instinct. The ships responded as if they sensed danger before their masters did. The void ahead was no longer empty. Something was watching them. The commander stared at the signal. No one was supposed to be here, he said quietly. The void did not answer. It simply waited. The signal kept blinking. Slow. Steady. Calm. The alien commander stared at it. No attack followed. No movement. Just silence and that single point of light inside the void. Power down secondary weapons, the commander said. Some officers hesitated. Commander, one asked carefully. We don't know what that signal is. That is exactly why there is no threat, the commander replied. Anything dangerous would have attacked by now. The weapons dimmed. The fleet relaxed. The signal blinked again. The communications officer tried one more time. Still no translation. The structure of the message is primitive. The commander gave a short laugh. Primitive things hide in the dark. He turned to the fleet map. The system's main planet rotated slowly below them. Rich in minerals. Untouched. Perfect. This system is ours, he announced. Prepare the claim marker. A massive device began to power up inside one of the carrier ships. Once deployed, it would mark the system as conquered. No force in this sector would challenge that claim. The signal was ignored. Minutes passed. The void did not move. Confidence spread across the bridge. They were probably refugees, one officer said. Or a failed probe. Yes, another agreed. If anyone lived here, they would have answered by now. The commander nodded. Fear keeps the weak silent. Behind the fleet, space rippled again. This time, it was wider. Still no alarms. The alien sensors saw it as background noise. Old scars of a dead system. The fleet continued forward. Suddenly, the communications officer froze. Commander, another signal. From the same source, the commander asked. No, the officer said slowly. From multiple points. The bridge lights dimmed as more signals appeared on the screen. 1. 2. 5. 10. They formed no pattern. No attack formation. Just scattered points in the void. Ghost echoes, the commander said quickly. Ignore them. But the officers were no longer relaxed. These signals are synchronized, the sensor officer said. They are, waiting. The word hung heavy in the air. Waiting for what? The commander snapped. The answer came without words. The void changed color. Not light. Not darkness. Depth. It felt deeper than before, like space had opened its eyes. The fleet computers struggled. Time readings slipped by milliseconds. Navigation grids trembled. Commander, the navigation officer said, his voice tight, local spacetime is becoming unstable. The commander clenched his claws. How? We don't know. That answer was unacceptable. The commander turned back to the main screen. Launch a probe. A small drone shot forward into the void. Its lights blinked as it crossed the invisible line. For 1 second, it transmitted data. Then it vanished. No explosion. No debris. No signal loss warning. It was simply gone. Silence returned. The commander's confidence cracked, but only slightly. Advanced cloaking, he said. Nothing more. But his voice was slower now. Prepare the planet weapon, he ordered. We will remind this system why it was abandoned. Energy surged through the fleet. Massive cannons aligned toward the planet below. At that moment, a new message appeared. Not blinking. Not coded. Clear. Simple. The communications officer stared at it. Commander, this one is translated. The commander stepped forward. Read it. The officer swallowed. It says. You are late. The bridge fell silent. Late for what? The commander demanded. Before the officer could answer, another line appeared. You should not have come first. The commander felt something cold move through him. This is a trick, he said sharply. Fire the warning shot. The planet weapon charged. Before it could fire, every signal on the screen aligned. The scattered points moved. Slowly. Together. Not attacking. Surrounding. The fleet was no longer alone in the void. The commander looked at the screen, his reflection shaking in the dark glass. For the first time, a realization formed in his mind. The silence was never fear. It was patience. And now. They had arrived too early. The alien fleet stopped. Not by command. Not by fear. Their systems froze. Navigation grids locked in place. Engines refused to respond. The surrounding void felt heavy, as if space itself had decided to hold them still. The commander slammed his claw on the console. Restore control. The officers worked fast. Too fast. Engines are online, one said. Power levels normal, another reported. But, nothing is moving, the navigation officer whispered. The scattered signals on the screen moved closer. Still slow. Still silent. No weapons fire. No threat display. Just presence. Then the void opened. It did not explode. It did not tear. It unfolded. A shape formed inside the darkness. Long, solid. Real. Then another. And another. Ships emerged from the void, dark, smooth, and silent. No glowing symbols. No sharp edges. Their surfaces absorbed light instead of reflecting it. They were not beautiful. They were not terrifying by design. They were terrifying because they were calm. The alien sensors screamed now. Too late. Multiple contacts, an officer shouted. Unknown class. Unknown size. How many? The commander demanded. The officer hesitated. We can't count them. The human ships did not rush forward. They did not surround the fleet fully. They simply appeared, and waited. The alien commander straightened himself. He would not show fear. Open a channel, he ordered. Demand identification. The communications officer sent the command. For several seconds, nothing happened. Then a signal returned. Clear. Direct. Translated instantly. A human voice filled the bridge. Calm. Even. Controlled. This system is protected. The commander felt a strange chill. You did not answer our scans, he replied sharply. You did not respond to claim protocols. The voice replied without emotion. You did not need an answer. The commander clenched his claws. By what authority do you block us? A pause followed. Not hesitation. Choice. Then the human voice spoke again. By survival. The bridge grew quiet. The alien officers exchanged uneasy glances. The commander laughed, forcing confidence into his voice. Your fleet is smaller than ours. Your weapons are not visible. You hide in the dark like scavengers. The human voice did not rise. We hide nothing, it said. You simply arrived too soon to understand. The commander snarled. If you live here, why did you not come sooner? This time, the pause was longer. When the human answered, the words were simple. We never come first. The alien commander's eyes narrowed. Then you will not stop us. The human voice continued, unchanged. We always come last. The meaning did not land at first. The alien fleet prepared to fire. Target lock struggled to hold on to the human ships. It was like aiming at shadows that refused to move the same way twice. Fire, the commander ordered. Nothing happened. Weapons refused to engage. Commander, the weapons officer said, panic rising, they aren't jamming us. The systems are, choosing not to fire. That made no sense. Machines did not choose. The human ships finally moved. Not fast. Not slow. They shifted position, just enough to block every firing line. The human voice returned. You are not under attack, it said. You are being contained. Contained, the commander shouted. Yes, the voice replied. You crossed a line. The commander stared at the screen. This system was dead. No, the human answered. It was quiet. The void around the fleet darkened further. More shapes appeared in the distance. Not warships. Something larger. Heavier. Reserves. The alien commander felt the weight of the moment press down on him. How long have you been here? He asked. The answer came softly. As long as needed. The alien fleet, once proud and unstoppable, now floated inside a silent circle of human ships. No explosions. No threats. No chaos. Just control. The human voice spoke one final line before the channel closed. You thought no one was coming. The screen went dark. The void remained. And for the first time, the alien commander understood the truth. The silence was never empty. It was guarded. The alien fleet floated in silence. They were not bound by chains. They were not damaged. Yet they could not move. Human ships held their positions around them, calm and steady. No weapons aimed. No lights flashing. It felt less like a battle, and more like judgment. On the flagship bridge, the alien commander stood still. His officers whispered behind him, fear growing with every second that passed. They are not attacking, one officer said quietly. Why? The commander did not answer. A new signal opened. The same human voice returned. You are stable, it said. Remain so, and you will survive. The commander stepped forward. If you can destroy us, why wait? The answer came without delay. Because destruction is not the goal. That made no sense. You surround us, the commander said. You disable us. That is war. No, the human replied. That is control. The alien commander felt anger rise. You could have stopped us earlier. Yes, the human said. Then why didn't you? The commander demanded. For the first time, the human voice changed. Not louder. Not colder. Just, honest. Because you were not the threat yet. The bridge fell silent. The human continued. We watch. We wait. We measure intent. The commander's eyes narrowed. You watched us. Yes. From where? He asked. The answer was simple. From everywhere you didn't look. The commander clenched his claws. You let worlds burn before this one. No, the human said. We let choices reveal themselves. The alien commander felt something shift inside him. You call that mercy? He asked. No, the human replied. We call it patience. Outside the ship, the void moved again. Large structures appeared beyond the human fleet. Not weapons. Not ships. Stations. Old. Massive. Hidden. These systems were never abandoned, the human voice said. They were protected. The commander stared in disbelief. By hiding? By listening, the human answered. The alien commander lowered his voice. Why protect this system? The answer came slowly. Because once, long ago, someone protected us. The bridge crew went quiet. The human voice continued. We were weak. We were loud. We rushed into the stars. A pause. And we paid for it. The alien commander felt the weight in those words. We learned, the human said. Survival does not belong to the first to arrive. The commander whispered, then who does it belong to? To those who stay, the human replied. The alien fleet sensors began to unlock, not fully, but enough to see. They saw records. Old battle sites. Ruined fleets. Silent graves. All near human space. You let them come, the commander said slowly. Yes, the human replied. Every time. And when they crossed the line, the commander asked. We came last. The commander finally understood. Humans did not rush to war. They did not answer threats with noise. They waited until the enemy showed who they were. You let us choose, the commander said. Yes, the human answered. And you chose conquest. The alien commander looked around his bridge. At his fleet. At the planet below. So what happens now? He asked. The human voice was calm. Now you stop. And if we don't? A long silence followed. Then the human spoke. Then you will learn why we survived. The human ships did not move. They did not need to. The alien commander bowed his head slightly. Not in defeat. In understanding. They were never meant to be stopped early. They were meant to be stopped completely. And humanity had been waiting for this moment. Quietly. Patiently. The alien commander stood in silence. Around him, the bridge was still. No alarms. No chaos. Only the quiet hum of systems that no longer answered their masters. Outside, the human ships waited. Not close. Not far. Exactly where they needed to be. The commander lifted his head. We will withdraw. The words tasted bitter, but they were honest. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the human voice returned. Withdrawal is permitted. Relief passed through the bridge like a weak breath. But, the voice continued, you will leave behind all claim markers, all weapons aimed at this system, and all records of this location. The commander hesitated. You ask us to forget. No, the human replied. We ask you to remember why. The alien commander gave the order. One by one, the claim devices powered down. The planet killer weapon shut its core. Heavy systems went dark. The human ships shifted slightly. Just enough. The alien fleet felt it immediately. Their engines unlocked. Slowly. Carefully. You may go, the human voice said. The commander did not move yet. If we had attacked sooner, if we had fired first, would we have won? The human answer came without pride. No. Why? The commander asked. Because you would have revealed yourselves faster, the human said. The truth landed hard. You never feared us, the commander said quietly. No, the human replied. We studied you. The commander looked at the void, now calm again. How many fleets came before us? He asked. The human voice paused. Enough. That single word carried weight. The alien commander gave the final retreat command. Engines warmed. Ships turned away from the planet. As the fleet began to move, the human ships followed, not attacking, not chasing. Escorting. Silent shadows, making sure the line was never crossed again. As they reached the edge of the system, the human voice spoke one last time. You are alive because you stopped. The commander nodded slowly. And if another fleet comes? The answer was simple. They will make their own choice. The channel closed. The human ships did not follow them into deep space. They vanished back into the void. Not with light. Not with force. With silence. Long after the alien fleet was gone, the system returned to quiet. The planet below continued to spin. Oceans moved. Clouds formed. Life went on, unaware of how close it had come to ending. In the dark, the human stations powered down their outer layers. Watchers returned to waiting. Because that was what humanity did best. They waited. Across the galaxy, stories would spread. About a silent system. About ships that did not announce themselves. About an enemy that did not rush to war. And one truth would remain. Humanity did not conquer the stars. They endured them. They did not arrive first. They arrived when it mattered.